សូមក្រាបថ្វាយបង្គំសម្ដេចព្រះសង្ឃរាជទាំងពីរគណៈជាទីគោរពសក្ការៈដ៏ពងបំផុតសូមក្រាបថ្វាយបង្គំសម្ដេចព្រះសង្ឃនាយកសម្ដេចព្រះសង្ឃនាយករងសម្ដេចព្រះរាជាគណៈប្រធានន្តរៈគ្រប់ព្រះអង្គជាទីគោរពសក្ការៈសូមចម្រើនពរសម្ដេចទ្រង់ឯកឧត្តមលោកជំទាវអស់លោកស្រីញាតិញោមសាធុសប្បុរសទាំងអស់ដោយសេចក្តីស្រឡាញ់រាប់អានក្នុងព្រះធម៌ My deepest respect to their holinesses, the great supreme patriarchs of both Buddhist order of Cambodia. My deep respect to the most venerable Sanghanayaka, Deputy Sanghanayakas, dear eminences, most venerable monks. Today, in the program Teaching Buddhism and Philosophy in English. For this program is meant for the basic learners, those who have some basic knowledge of English and basic knowledge of Buddhism, or knowledge in Buddhism can be beginner, but you have to have some knowledge of English to understand this program. But at the same time, you can improve your English. You can make your English better, I hope. So today's topic is how to be a good Buddhist. As we all are Buddhist, monks and lay people, the Buddha classified his followers into 4 categories. So 4 categories of the Buddha's followers. Number 1 is bhikkhu. So we spell like this in Pali Roman scripts. Bhikkhu, B-H. Bhikkhu is in Khmer. Monks, B-H-I-K-K-H-U. And number 2, bhikkhuni. Nuns. Number 3, upasaka. Ubasa, layman, lay followers, layman follower, layman. Then number 4, upasika, upasika, lay women. So we all know that there are 4 kinds or categories, 4 ประเภท 4 ពួក There are 4 kinds of the Buddha's followers. Number 1 is bhikkhu, bhikkhu, monks, then bhikkhuni, long, bhikkhuni, nuns, and upasaka. We spell in Pali Roman script like this, or the Latin alphabet. Upa have to be long, a without this diametrical mark is a, but with this one is a. So upasaka, ubasa in Khmer language, layman. Then number 4, upasika, lay women. These are the Buddhists. They are Buddhists. Formal. They are Buddhists. These 4 categories, 4 groups of Buddha's followers. Besides this, there are other, what we call the Buddhist sympathizer. Sympathizer. Yeah, the Buddhist sympathizers, those who favor Buddhism, who like to associate with Buddhism, but not necessarily Buddhist. So, in the Buddha's teaching, there are these 4 groups of Buddhists. Now, in the Theravada tradition, because bhikkhuni in recent years have been established. There are women who wanted to lead the monastic life, so they became ordained as bhikkhuni or fully ordained nuns. But still in some Theravada countries have not recognized properly. Somehow these are the four categories of the Buddha's followers. So how can all these followers become a good Buddhist or good Buddhist followers? For those who want to write, you can write slowly, but if you don't, you cannot follow because it's fast, then you can replay, can watch again later on. Đó là do nó mà mơ ấy, mà mơ là cái miệng kỹ sư ấy là mơ. Still my LAN internet doesn't work yet, so hopefully tomorrow, day after tomorrow can work. Yeah, sometimes the phone internet is not fast enough, so my apology for that. Okay, we'll try to move on. So the question is, how can these four categories of the Buddha's followers can be a good Buddhist or good followers of the Buddha? That's the question, and that's what this lesson today intends to discuss. So now, because not enough space, I erase this, and because I want to write bigger letters so that you can see clearly. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the big question is how to be a good Buddhist. That's the topic for today. So as we all know, to be a Buddhist, you have to take refuge in the triple gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma and Sangha. So now, in order to be a good Buddhist, initially you have to have confidence in the triple gem. Number one, have confidence in the triple gem. Praratana. So that is a must. Every Buddhist have to have the confidence. It's more than faith, just faith, but confidence is like you trust that the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the noble disciple or Arya Sangha are the real guidance for you. That's the first things that you need to have. Then, have confidence in the triple gem is very important. That you take the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha as the teacher, as your teachers, your guidance. Number 2, as I already mentioned there, study the Buddha's teaching. Studying the Buddha's teaching, memorize scriptures, important scriptures, and follow them. Number 2, you need to study the Buddha's teaching, that is the Buddha Dharma, the Buddha Dhamma. Also, not only study by understanding, you read, you listen to the Dhamma talks, you read books, but also you need to memorize some important scriptures, important stanzas, important discourses, short discourses, especially like in Buddhist country like Cambodia, Thailand, Myanmar, Laos, Sri Lanka. We chant or we recite the Buddhist discourses or the sutra by heart, from memory, not reading at the books or the text, but we recite by heart. Not only monks, but also lay people also need to memorize or learn by heart certain stanzas, discourses or sutras, and then at ceremonies, at functions, they also recite as the part of the ceremonies of the function. So the monks, of course, need to memorize a lot of scriptures, discourses, and texts. So study the Buddha's teachings, memorize important texts, scriptures, tuần tinh, memorize tuần tinh, tuần tinh, tuần tinh, scriptures, thua sâu rồi có kia tha, scriptures. Sometimes it's also referred to the text or the canonical text in Buddhism, so scripture. But here it's in Khmer we may say the thua sâu or kia tha. ដូចជាប្រសង់ត្រូវទន្ទិញពធសម្រាប់សូត្រច្រើនណាធัวសូត្រមុនធัวសូត្រដាបាំងស្គូលរហូតធัวអភិធម្មសង្ខេបអភិធម្មមេតិកានឹង7គម្ពីរនឹងខាងប្រសង់ញាតិញោមជាក្រហមក៏ត្រូវទន្ទិញធัวជាយ៉ាងហើយក៏ធัวសូត្រនមស្ការថ្វាយបង្គំព្រះរតនត្រ័យធัวឧទ្ទិសកុសលជាដើមណាបើចេះចាំច្រើនក៏រឹតតែល្អ This is the duties of being a good Buddhist. And not only that, you study the Buddha's teaching, the Dhamma, memorize some important scriptures and follow them. Yeah, follow them. It's important. Follow. Yeah. Not only knowing the Dhammas, memorize the important scriptures like the parrot. ចេះតែចាំមាត់សូត្រដូចសេក but follow the spirit of the Dhamma. That's very important. Follow the spirit of the Dhamma. បฏิบัติព្រះធម៌ហ្នឹង Yeah, to the venerable monks and lay people, if you don't understand somewhere or you want to clarify, please write the question, or you can also make comment. Now, important number 3. Be moral. Be moral and keep the 5 precepts. Number 3 is also important. To be a good Buddhist, you need to be moral and also keep the 5 precepts. Sometimes observe the 8 precepts on the Buddhist observance day, Uposatha day. Be moral meaning that you need to be circumspect, need to have morality in your behavior, in your living, you need to be moral, to know what is wrong, what is right, do good. That's to be moral. You know the social norms, សុជីវធម៌សង្គម And yes, of course, to be a good Buddhist, you need to keep the 5 precepts. Nature cell. Yeah. Nature cell. Cell pram. 5 precepts. Or សិក្ខាបទ 5 In the next lesson, I will take the precepts one by one and explain in detail in English and also in between try to say something in Khmer. Yeah, continue so one preset. Yeah, this program aims at teaching Buddhism and philosophy in English, but I try to say in Khmer, as sometimes you may not, or those who have basic English cannot understand, then I explain some in Khmer, Cambodian language. Otherwise, this I want to teach in English for all the people. Yeah, the Tiep Samnang will teach the precept one by one and discuss in detail in English. Yeah. So now, to keep the 5 precepts is important for a Buddhist to be a good Buddhist, and this is called Nitya Sila, or which means the precepts which you need to keep always, all the time. It's the fundamental precepts. It's called fundamental precept. Apa dia? Save.